You came in with music? Appropriate. Appropriate. Appropriate.
Now, hey yo, regardless of rain or snow, sleet or head.
Woo, I'm ready to fuck up some childhoods. How you
That
feeling
was good.
today?
I like that you did that. That was a lot of flair. I appreciate
Yeah, I
that.
figured why not make an entrance?
I appreciate that. I think
Why not make an
appreciate
entrance?
that too.
I came all the way from the kitchen to the living room to do this, so I figured if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it in style. I am
Do it like
ready,
you're doing
ready.
it on TV, right?
Woo, I'm ready. First of all, good evening. Happy Friday.
Good evening. Happy
We've
Friday.
made it through another week.
Amen.
We are here, and yeah, it's a bit of uproar that's happened. It seems,
But you
and
did
it makes
this
me
on
realize.
This
What'd
was
you say?
exactly your intention.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Right.
I wanted to set a fire in an empty room, and it completely worked, which makes me realize a lot of people, we were forced to enjoy terrible programming, and we had no idea. It's just what we had to do. Like, people were defending me. I got so many side texts and messages and think pieces.
Yo, did you see the argument I was having about Family Matters in your mention?
Yes.
It was really extensive. Like,
do you just want to get Family Matters out of here to start? Like, do you just want to start there and then we can get to the rest of it?
I think we should start. Let's start. Okay, do we start with what needs to go away, or do we start with what's missing? I think we start with what's missing, because there are some.
Let's start with
there
what's
are
missing.
some glaring omissions, but there are also some omissions that we talked about on Twitter that we think need to stay omissions.
100%.
So the ones I'll talk about that are glaring are Amen and 227, which was which ran Saturday nights on NBC for I don't know how many years, are not here. And Deacon Fry did not double dutch in front of the church. For y'all to leave him off
with the jacket on. With the jacket on, tucked it back.
With a whole suit on.
He was doing the Tootsie Slide before it was a thing. The knees they had a perfect hinge to them, and it was 227 absolutely, but also Amen absolutely needed to be there. But what I realized is that it's definitely someone of a certain age that made this graphic that just thought they were doing some research and ended up doing a horrible job of doing that research, because they glanced over an entire, like, there's a stronghold that they were missing, and Amen and 227 are absolutely the cornerstone of those. So for Amen,
like, this wasn't no UPN. No offense to UPN and CW.
Look, the You People Network held us down like steel for years.
But this was NBC in the 80s. We
100%.
We cannot.
100%.
Not gonna leave Regina King off this mug.
You can't. That's a queen.
We can't do that. We cannot do that. So, but now the question, I guess, is, well, I think we can come back collectively. New York Undercover is not a sitcom.
New York is not a sitcom. And that's the thing. Like, y'all got to understand, there are shows that aren't sitcoms that have no place in this conversation. Also, we can't put sketch comedy in here. So In Living Color, Chappelle's Show, those have no place. Those are, I mean, if they were, they'd be gods here, but they have no place in this conversation, because these are all situational comedies.
And we also talked about, so this would mean also one coming out. So we were talking about Different Strokes, and how Different Strokes is technically a white sitcom with a black lead, as is Webster.
Not even a black lead, black comic relief.
Right.
So it was like,
Give Me a Break. Give Me a Break goes on that too.
Mm-hmm.
So do we put those on here, or do we leave those off?
I think we leave them out, just because we'd be doing them a disservice if we included them. Just because some of the subject matter wasn't quote unquote black enough. So I feel like it would get quickly X'd out. Like it glanced around it, and like it certainly gave us some amazing characters, but I don't think it's fair to include them.
We talked about this. She's talking about, come on, y'all. We talked about this. There's a point. Like, I get it, but they're not really, even with Different Strokes. Like, first of all, with Different Strokes and Webster, especially, they're really like, we're really for middle class white people. Like, they're
100%
TV shows, right? Like, they saved the little ghetto kids from a life of poverty and tragedy.
And as a black kid growing up in the ghetto, there was nothing that exciting about a white dude driving by the park and abducting me and my brother. Like, that's not that funny. it just completely. So no, that's no.
And
they're
then
excused.
Give Me a Break. you know, it was really almost kind of like a mammy figure situation.
100%.
Black lady taking care of a white family.
So, I think there was a very fine line also that they tried to toe, but if you look back, it was horribly done, where they tried to find the balance between Black comic relief and pure like coonery, essentially.
Right.
Like the pouting of the lip from Arnold.
Black people watching the shows doesn't mean they're Black sitcoms. Sitcoms mean situational comedy. So if the situation that was causing us comedy ain't Black in nature, it's not a Black sitcom.
100%.
Random ass situations, but it has Black people in it. Benson is also.
Benson is the same thing. Benson
was literally the only Black person on Benson. He didn't even have a family. Like Benson, same thing. Those are not Black.
I'm lucky enough to have a housekeeper now, and we don't joke about shit. There's nothing that we joke about, so that's neither realistic. There's nothing comedic about those situations. No.
Right. So, Jeff asked if it's only live action. Jeff, what do you think? Are you thinking about like the Cleveland show or something like that? Is that the question? Probably.
We're taking suggestions, please. I want y'all. That's why we asked the audience. We want y'all. If y'all got shows, please throw them in there. We want to speak to that because I would love nothing more than this beautiful Friday evening to crush. The PJs was good. To crush what some of y'all thought y'all knew of entertainment.
The Cleveland show. Okay, wait. So I have a couple of more like that were left off. So I also noticed that if we were going to include stuff like
Fat Albert was a documentary.
If we were going to include stuff like Hanging with Mr. Cooper, I think we also needed the Hughleys on there. Even though
100%, the Hughleys deserves inclusion.
And they missed In the House.
They definitely missed In the House. And just because something is animated doesn't mean it's a comedy.
Right? Is it still a sitcom? So like the PJs, I don't even remember enough of. I think it was on like half.
The PJs was good. The PJ, I watched it. It was. I would put that at the bottom end of top tier.
Okay, and I think the Cleveland show belongs here as well.
The Cleveland show is just black ink. It's brown ink. it's drawn like at least the PJs was created by Eddie Murphy. Black. Yeah. Cleveland show is Family Guy with a tint on it.
I feel like so Frank's Place brings up another question. Frank's Place and The Rock. We've decided, I don't know if
Rock was a drama. Rock was a drama.
It was a drama with an occasional live studio audience that laughed. And Good Times started out that way until they started censoring JJ and everything, and then it became
This is still early, Amir. We haven't discussed Sanford and Son yet. We're gonna get there.
We're talking about the stuff that's missing, and then we're gonna get to that. So I'm putting Frank's Place down as a potential to discuss. We're gonna put the animated stuff down to discuss. The Hughleys. It's the Parkers here. The Parkers here. In the House.
The Parkers is on there, sadly.
Amen and 227. We're leaving out Different Strokes. We're taking off Webster for everybody following along at home. And we're leaving off The Rock. So then somebody just suggested something that I totally forgot about. Okay, I don't know. Jamal, what were you about to say? I think you were about to say something. Do you want to talk? Oh, Thea. How long was Thea on?
Thea? Ooh, I don't even know. How many episodes?
One-on-One is on there.
One-on-One is on there. Thea was on for one season. That was a long-ass season. I feel like it was...
Yeah. I don't know what... Okay, I'm going to put Thea with...
Let's include it. Let's include it. Because it was a decent season.
It was... Okay. We'll put Thea on. All right. So somebody asked, what about kids shows? If you guys don't have the original ranking list, check me or Jamal's Instagram or Twitter. We both posted it, so you guys can follow along and know what we're talking about if you don't have it. Okay, now we gotta talk about these rankings. Where do we start, sir?
I mean, we can. You want to work from the bottom up? Just.
I actually want to work from the top down because my biggest grievance of this whole list.
I'm here for the action.
Is that the Jeffersons is not in God tier?
Okay, have at it.
That suggests to me that whoever wrote this list has only seen like the episodes of the Jeffersons after Lionel and Jenny got married and had baby Jessica. Because this
person was definitely born in 1989 with cable.
Yeah, because all I watched was what was on what was that show? What was that TV network that showed all the reruns? But TV Land. And saw them in Old Navy commercials because the first 3 seasons of The Jeffersons is some of the best Black television in
The
history.
Jeffersons is God tier. I will put The Jeffersons God tier. I think it covered
also,
all the bases.
Without the Jeffersons, we don't have the Cosbys, and we don't have the Cosbys or Fresh Prince or any of these middle class families that are without the Jeffersons first. Okay.
The Jeffersons established the understanding of the existence of a Black middle class.
Exactly.
Like, and it provided that example. So 100%, the Jeffersons is.
Now, my other issue in the God tier lane, I'm gonna leave Good Times here, even though it depreciated as a sitcom.
You don't have to. You have to look at the whole body of work. Good Times moves down for me.
But with the impact of Good Times, first time we saw a whole Black family unit on television. That part.
100%. I'm not saying move it to low tier.
Oh, we can move it to top tier.
Yeah, it can be a top tier for now.
I'm also moving it to top tier because they used a fake logo. This is not the Good Times television show logo. And that really bothers me.
There's so much wrong with the art on this. Given a bit of lead time, we could have done better with it. Right. And maybe I'll have Peach, the graphics god, put something actual together when we're done with the tiers.
When we finish this, we need to step up our final revision. Because
100%.
One of my Twitter followers actually found this logo. It belongs to a marketing company.
The Good Times.
It's not that hard. All right, so Good Times has moved to the top tier, and the Jeffersons has moved to the God tier.
Okay.
Anything else in the God tier? Does anything else either belong in the God tier?
Living Single has to go.
Really?
Living Single has to go.
Because of season 5?
It depreciated. It didn't. I'm willing to give it top tier, but I don't think it's a God tier show. I enjoyed what it did. I enjoyed what it represented. It was certainly funny as all shit, but it definitely the price of the brick went down as they went on. So Living Single.
See, now Living Single. Oh, you didn't have to put has to in caps.
Yeah, Ian, slow down, man. Slow down.
Like relax. We're discussing. This one is hard for me because
I love you, Kristen.
This one's hard for me, but you're right. There is still a top tier versus God tier, so I gotta keep
100%. And they're the upper end of top tier.
So, I guess here's another question. I guess we need to set for everybody. Are we just talking storyline, dialogue, and quality, or are we talking cultural impact? We're not talking popularity. We know that because Family Matters kiss my ass. But
no, we're not talking popularity. It's cultural impact, it's storyline, and it's quality. It's all of the above. I don't think you can have one without factoring in the others. And for that reason and that reason only is why I knocked down Living Single. Because Living Single was consistent throughout.
We have to take Martin out too then.
Martin can move to top tier. That's fair. Martin can move to top tier.
Because God tier really should be very, very.
God tier is flawless. Right? God tier is flawless.
Now.
So by that logic,
does everybody
got to take a hit?
Chris? Who has to take a hit?
A Different World.
Because of the last season.
Woof.
See, okay, we might have to make a last season exception because every show that goes past 5 seasons has a trash last season. We might have to.
The Cosby Show was flawless throughout. The Cosby Show was flawless throughout.
No, the last season of the Cosby Show with Cousin Pam was bad.
Yeah, Cousin Pam fucked everything up. Okay, fair.
It was bad. It was
so
really
we're making a last season exception. See what happens? We have to put a last season exception on the art.
Because
is there?
I think we have to the Fresh Prince had a perfect end, right?
It had a perfect end, but it had rocky moments.
But most shows I don't remember how Bernie Mac ended.
But
most shows don't, right? So I think we have to have I think we have to make a last season exception.
Yeah, we're okay, fair. We're not afforded that Seinfeld ride into the sunset.
Yeah, ends up in a jail cell for.
Yeah, and Jeff made a great point that there is no perfect show on this list. Right. And I'm looking at it, and there really isn't.
So Good Times still gets moved because with Good Times it was like the majority of the season.
Yeah, Good Times was it was a couple of catchphrases. Yeah, and Penny getting burned with the iron.
The first 2 seasons were really strong. Once John Amos left, it was a wrap. So Martin, I have content issues with that. I'm not gonna get into all of that. I understand that it was really funny at the time. It was a great ensemble cast at the time. I think it's still funny today, but I don't think it holds up as well creatively today, just from a point of view of different like social sensibilities, like
100%. No, it's definitely.
But I know that a lot of people would consider it God tier. So if you take the last season off the table, do we move Living Single and Martin back into God tier?
Taking off the last season, they're both God tier for me.
Okay, so we're gonna leave Martin, and so our God tier right now is all the Norman Lear, the Jeffersons, Good Times, Sanford and Son, and I got
all black shows made by a white man. You see.
Oh, we're not gonna. No, we can't have. Let's not have that. We can't have that conversation. We're leaving Martin, the Fresh Prince, Living Single, and A Different World, and Cosby. And I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember how Bernie Mac ended, but it was a really well done show. Now,
Bernie Mac was terrific throughout.
Does Everybody Hates Chris, which I did not watch consistently, but does that go in God tier?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. It stays. I would even shift it down in top tier.
Mm-hmm.
It was
like to the bottom of the top tier?
Like mid top tier.
All right.
Like mid top tier.
So to that point, if Everybody Hates Chris and Blackish and Girlfriends are top tier, Jamie Foxx has to move to mid tier.
Smart Guy has to move to mid tier. Jamie Foxx has to move to mid tier. I didn't watch That's So Raven, so I don't know.
What about, okay, so people who are 30, what about That's So Raven and Kenan and Kel? No, Kenan and Kel was really smart, right?
Kenan and Kel stays. Kenan and Kel stays.
Okay.
But see, even with Kenan and Kel, oh no, that's all that I'm thinking of. No, Kenan and Kel stays top tier.
Okay. What about the Wayans brothers? I thought it was silly, so I didn't watch it.
Someone said they would take the Fresh Prince out of God tier. I'm curious.
What?
Type out your dissertation. Type out your dissertation.
Y'all might need to take yourself out of the live chat.
Yeah, I want to know what happened with your childhood that you're willing to hate on Fresh Prince. Because that's staying. I'm just going to hear your opinion.
We're on.
It doesn't get factored in.
So just so you guys will know, there's God tier, top tier, mid tier, low tier. Oh wow.
People are tearing That's So Raven down. All right.
There's Raven pushback. Okay, we'll push Raven.
Here's what I'm thinking about That's So Raven as to why people love it so much is the ownership around it. So because Raven Simone was like this young Black woman and like had her own show and we saw her. So I think people are attaching a lot of that and tend to lend a lot of their sensibility to that. So see, that's the thing. We also have to get rid of the overall, like, there's a sense of, what am I saying? There's a responsibility around these shows that we put onto them that they don't deserve. Like, some of them are just entertainment.
Family Matters in a second because they were tripping. Let me see. What else should go? So we have so right now in top tier we have Good Times. We have My Wife and Kids. We have Sister, which I'm on the fence about.
Sister can shift for me. That doesn't need to be top tier.
I feel like Sister is mid. And here's the thing: there are shows that were really cute and wholesome. It just doesn't mean that they were like strong.
They were fun. They were fun. Sister, I feel partial to because we grew I grew up with the show.
Right. Okay.
That's all.
Oh, wait. Amen and 227 go in top tier.
Top tier? I would put Amen God tier. As a Baptist church kid, I like Amen. But that's personal.
That's perfect. I think they both
top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier. I'm fine with them both being in top tier.
Amen had a very specific shtick. Like, you knew what was going to happen. Deacon Fry was going to piss somebody off. Thelma was going to try to marry the Reverend. Rinse, repeat. Like,
so many of these shows were formulaic, but if the formula works, then you go with it.
Right. Okay, so Amen and 227 go in. We're leaving Kenan and Kel.
Kenan and Kel stays. Blackish. I haven't watched enough Blackish, but it deserves top tier.
I've watched a lot of Blackish. Listen, I know people have their opinions about it. It's a really well done show. And I think that like 20 years from now, it might even be like a different,
You think it'll stand up?
So yeah, I believe it'll stand up.
Okay.
So we moved the Smart Guy out. We moved That's So Raven out. We're moving Sister out. What about the Wayans brothers?
It was funny, but it wasn't good. Wayans brothers is just like.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Y'all, we have a Sherman Hemsley show in God tier. We don't need to put Amen in God tier just because.
Yeah, don't. It's okay to not make heroes out of humans.
Right.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers can move for me. I'm not.
Okay. Anybody else have strong feelings about the Wayans brothers?
Everybody mid to low. Move. Wow,
we're still talking about top tier, y'all. Just not okay.
Yeah, we can get.
Okay. So we're gonna.
You only had no love for the Wayans. It was funny.
We'll move the Wayans to mid, and we'll mid tier is crowded, as it should be, actually.
I mean, that's the essence of black sitcom is mid.
Yeah.
Like that's the.
Oh, people are saying low. Wayans brothers can move down. Okay, we're gonna revisit. Let's talk about the.
All right, we're putting Wayans brothers on the fringe for the moment.
Yeah, they're gonna sit in mid for now, and then we'll figure it out. So, okay,
Girlfriends
Girlfriends has to stay on top.
Okay, fair.
Girlfriends was real. I mean, listen, I'm still mad that Girlfriends didn't get a chance to wrap up. You know, Girlfriends was really smart. It was a great ensemble. It was good writing. It was relatable. I think they stay.
Okay.
I see somebody say Xavier. I don't know if we can add Blackish to God tier yet, just because it's still a current. I don't think we can add anything that's current to God tier right now.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's like people who say a song is like the GOAT an hour after it comes out, which is what people like to do.
Already classic.
Sylvia, Girlfriends is top. They're just not God right now.
Okay, no, Girlfriends is top tier. I'll even shift it up in the top tier.
Yeah, so Girlfriends is top. Okay, so here is our final top tier. We have Good Times in top, and honestly, we're keeping Good Times in top just because it's such a foundational TV show.
Yes.
If you want to talk about deterioration in writing and plotline, oh my God. We have we cut this shit down. We have Girlfriends in top.
Okay.
We have Blackish in top, and we have Amen, 227, and Keenan and Kel. So now I think that's everything. Okay, now we have mid, which is about to be. Oh,
let me stretch.
This is where we are with mid, which is very crowded. We have Family Matters. We have What's Happening. We have One-on-One, which I actually appreciate One-on-One being here because people forget about that show. That was a cute little show. We have Moesha. We have All of Us. We have Eve, Malcolm and Eddie. We got the entire CW and UPN lineup.
The You People Network is strongly represented here.
Literally, it's the UPN and CW lineup. House of Pain, Half and Half, which I also appreciate people remembering. I'm gonna put Thea here. I'm gonna put In the House here.
See, that's the thing. How are people remembering Half and Half, Eve, and All of Us?
But you left 227 and Amen out. Yeah, I don't understand it either. But that just tells me that you were watching those stations. All right, what are the people saying? Somebody said Eve goes up. Eve probably does need to go. Oh, the Hughley should also go here. You're right. I'm
not gonna hold you. We could take Eve off the graphic altogether.
Oh, don't do that.
It wasn't good.
No,
it wasn't
low.
Look. It
was a cute. I rewatched it recently. It was a cute little show.
It was a good piece of a marketing plan. It was not.
No, it was, but it wasn't even connected to her music. That's what I liked about it. She was so far from Eve the rapper. Like, it was completely different. I'm gonna put Eve at the lower tier, and then we'll come back.
Okay, Eve is low tier. Eve is low tier.
Somebody else said, "Wow, y'all said Eve can go. Y'all are awful. That's terrible." I'm coming back. I didn't say it was good. That's why it's in the low tier. I said it was cute.
You said it was cute.
We're coming back to it.
Cute is what you say. Cute is such a dismissive term. Like, oh, that's cute.
I know. It was a cute. I enjoyed it. Wait, Jamal, what is this show under All of Us?
Rock is not a comedy.
It's not. We already talked about this. What is this? What is this thing with the cursive? What's that?
On mid tier?
Yeah.
The Sinbad Show.
I forgot that was a thing that existed. That wasn't a variety show? That was a sitcom?
He had a sitcom, and it can very much be taken off.
You taking that off?
Yeah, Sinbad Show can go.
Okay.
They really tried to make Sinbad happen for a really long time. I think Sinbad was their test.
Sinbad had a moment. He had a moment though.
He had a moment
between Different Worlds, and I was reminded of
Sinbad was the albino Dane Cook,
which was like Essence on steroids, which I wish I'd been old enough to go to because they like they were live. The Sinbad cruise, whatever that was. All right, let's start with Family Matters. We might as well just
go.
So let me start by saying this. I actually guess I was the demo age for TGIF programming, but I found it horrendous and I didn't watch any of it for real. Like I watched
all of it.
I would dip in and out of Family Matters because there was nothing else on television. But even as a teenager, I knew it wasn't a good TV show.
Here's the thing, and I'm speaking to y'all as one of the converted. Mm-hmm. I absolutely loved Family Matters. I thought it was the coolest shit when Steve turned into Stefan, and I was like, oh man, you know, as a nerdy kid, you look at that, that's promising, that's amazing, terrific.
Right.
I've since gone back and revisited.
It's horrible.
That show was fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible. There was no redeeming quality about it.
Somebody told me, I hope you're in here too. Somebody told me that Family Matters and Steve is the nerd paved the way for shit like Harry Potter. And I was like, did you watch any 80s movie at all ever in your life? Because that's what paved the way. But stuff like Harry Potter was like, Steve wasn't even a good nerd archetype. Like
he was
the
terrible
nerd stereotype. He was the nutty professor as a black teenager. Like that's
he had one episode where he saved Eddie and Waldo from a drug deal gone bad. He had 2 episodes where he could kind of hoop a little bit. Then everything else, he needed a fucking time machine to be like a lovable character.
Right, and even then, it's like it didn't even elevate the nerd because he couldn't get the girl unless he turned into Stefan or Kel, which was also whack.
Until the last season, where he finally got Lisa. What was her name? No, what was
the girl who was Justine on the Cosby Show.
No, not the daughter. Oh. What was the Winslow's daughter name? Why do I forget? The one who
went upstairs now. What's it called? I would have been able to tell you.
Laura.
Laura, yeah.
Laura. So he finally got Laura. Like they all lived happily, and it got turned when the nigga went to space. Awful, basura. Right. So. Family Matters.
I was thinking about Myra, y'all, but he's talking about the last season.
Oh, Myra was phenomenal. Steve did not deserve Myra at all.
I didn't watch the damn show. Myra deserves a Hall of Fame spot on his
100%. Steve did not deserve Myra at all. She had a good head on her shoulders. Definitely RIP to Myra. She was more attractive than Laura.
By far.
More intelligent than Laura. And she was down for Steve.
She appreciated Steve just for who Steve was. You know? Oh, well.
And Steve had a shit catchphrase. Did I do that as a shitty catchphrase?
It's a terrible catchphrase.
In the grand scheme of
things. No, she wasn't with John B. She was engaged to Malcolm Jamal Warner when she died. In real life.
Where do y'all get your facts? What?
I don't even know where John B.
Where's John B. from? So yeah, Family Matters doesn't even get a low tier, but it goes low tier just because it's a black sitcom, but it's teetering on falling off that low tier for me.
And whoever argued with me that because it was the 3rd longest running black sitcom meant it was important, that's a horrible argument. You argue about streaming numbers, whoever that person was. Okay, so
6ix9ine has such a strong body of work.
What's happening? It's similar to Family Matters for me. It had moments. It wasn't a really great show, and especially it was considering it has such heavy source material. It's supposed to be based on Cooley High, which I don't even know if people associate those two together. Still, the only thing I ever remember is that Raj was about to get a beating, and Dwayne was going, "Hey!" Everyone was breaking. Like those are the only things I remember about it. It just pizza shop. Pop locking, Raj gonna get a beating, D gonna tell on Raj, and Dwayne was... and no Roger, no rerun, no rent. And I don't even remember what that plot line was about. I just remember that.
What's happening can go for me. I'm not married to any part of that show.
I think we have to at least keep it.
It goes low tier.
Low tier, but it has to stay on. I know Jeff rerun, but Soul Train also had rerun. So as long as Soul Train exists in the universe, we don't have to give What's Happening but so much credit. Like it's fine.
If What's Happening was done today, rerun would be on one episode dancing on the subway, and that would be the end of his character arc.
But listen, God bless him for turning Soul Train into a sitcom career though. But he never played anything else ever. Man had to dress up as rerun for the rest of his life. Okay.
Forever. That funky ass red beret. And those suspenders.
Yeah, he was in the lockers. Okay, so that's going low tier. Malcolm and Eddie, which I absolutely did not watch. So y'all gotta tell me.
Malcolm and Eddie could go. See, I told someone that Malcolm and Eddie only got on here because it was in a playoff bracket between that and Homeboys in Outer Space.
And Homeboys in Outer Space isn't on here. Do we have to include it?
No, Homeboys in Outer Space does not need to be on there. So Malcolm and Eddie can go low tier for the moment, or it can drop altogether.
Okay, so we moved.
Just said rerun would be a TikTok star today. Rerun wouldn't know how to operate a phone. R.I.P. to Fred Berry.
And yes, R.I.P. to Fred Berry. You're right. I saw someone ask, does Moesha need to go to top tier?
Hell no. What kind of sick question is that?
No, everybody's saying no. Okay, I listened. I was posing the question.
Moesha was mid on its best days.
Oh, okay. So Family Matters moved, What's Happening moved, Malcolm and Eddie moved. The Parkers need. We about to move everything out here. Oh,
I'll let you tell it.
Okay, let me talk to the people. The Parkers, y'all. Where are we moving? Are we keeping the Parkers in mid, or are we moving? I feel like we got to move the Parkers below tier. What are we doing? Somebody told me to relax. No,
Moesha's daddy was trash. We're going to do a different live to talk about TV fathers. So that's a whole different set of unpacking.
That's going to have to be a different conversation. And then we're going to have to talk about theme songs. Okay, so the Parkers is going low tier. Yes? Yes? No? No?
The Parkers is low tier. The Parkers is low tier.
Yes,
the Parkers is low tier.
I'll
put some respect on Countess Vaughn's name.
Yeah. Parkers goes below. Okay, and we also, what about the Steve Harvey show? I feel like the Steve Harvey show needs to be like on a line between mid, like, no, Steve Harvey's in mid. Because
it's high mid. It's high mid.
It was good for what it was. And it was good for what it was, right? Like, the writing was consistent. It was funny. It wasn't trying too hard. Like, I feel like, and you saw like some growth in the characters. Everybody good? We're leaving Steve Harvey in mid. Everybody good with that? The Steve Harvey show. The Parkers was unnecessary. I agree. Okay, so we're leaving Steve Harvey in mid. I did not watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper enough to make a judgment on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. It's mid. It's mid. It got too aspirational at moments.
Okay.
Him going to the NBA and getting it, like, it was, so they folded in some powerful guest stars. Like, they had the story arcs that were, but Hang on, Mr. Cooper can stay in mid. It was cool. Okay, we'll leave all due respect to Holly Robinson, Pete.
Right.
On the lower end of mid, right, Jeff, but mid still.
Yeah. One-on-one I really liked until the last season, and they still tried to keep it together.
But if we're taking the last season out of this, where does one-on-one fall for you?
I mean, I still think it stays in mid because it wasn't, it wasn't super sophisticated, but I thought it was a really good family, unconventional family sitcom.
Absolutely.
And I thought Dwayne and Lisa were good for what they were supposed to do. The little kid was cute, like that type of thing. So I think one-on-one can stay in mid.
One-on-one is mid.
All of, oh wait, no. One-on-one.
What was All of Us? I don't remember All of Us.
All of Us, not one-on-one.
Okay.
Sorry. So wait, what do we do? Which one? Which show was what? Oh, that was Flex. And
Flex was one-on-one.
That was the Flex show.
Yeah.
So I remember kind of liking it. I thought I liked it. I think I liked it. It was like 2 seasons though, right?
It was cool. Single dad doing his thing.
Yeah. Okay, so All of Us in one-on-one stay in mid. Now, half and half, which is Essence Atkins and the girl who's not Cree Summer, but it's kind of like a new Cree Summer. I like the concept, and I like the concept because I also have a half sister, and we like started spending a lot of time together like later in life, so I could kind of relate. But it was a cute show, but not a. It was a cute show, but not a like.
Yes, Rachel True was her name.
Rachel True, right? Rachel True. Yeah, the girl from the Coven, whatever, the witches movie, that one. What movie is that?
The Craft.
The Craft. So, and yes, I was older than the demo. That's why I don't remember these things. Okay, so Half and Half. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a strong show. I think it stays lower mid. I don't think it's low tier, but I definitely think it's like lower mid. But it's another show that like it was about to get good and then it just cut off abruptly. What I did love about Half and Half is that because it's the same creator as Living Single, we saw Maxine and Kyle in Half and Half at one point, married with a daughter, and I thought that was a cute little tie-in. The
conclusion that we needed.
Yeah, I'm leaving Half and Half lower mid.
Okay. I can stay there.
And that's very cute. Yeah, lower mid, but very cute. Thank you. House of Pain, y'all. If it's up to me, anything that Tyler writes immediately goes low tier, and I realize that's biased because I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of the show. But
House of Pain, I reluctantly watched because there were those years where I was stealing cable, and TBS was the one channel that I had consistently.
Right.
House of Pain can go for me.
All together?
It was not. It can go all together. All due respect to Lance Gross.
We're taking the longest running Black sitcom currently in history, which is only
it's
because
still on.
It holds the record. It aired one more episode than the Jeffersons because in 3 seasons less time because
exactly. That's a grain of salt because Tyler Perry will put out 15 shows a week.
We're actually just gonna take House of Pain off because there ain't no room.
The storylines were all over the place.
So did we put In the House in mid tier? In the House goes in mid tier.
In the House is mid tier. Put some respect on LL's name.
Yeah, In the House goes in mid tier. The Hughleys. I feel like the Hughleys. Where's My Wife and Kids? No, the Hughleys wasn't as good as My Wife and Kids, or was it?
It wasn't at all.
Okay.
The Hughleys is. Hughleys deserves mid tier.
Okay, so the Hughleys goes in mid tier.
I feel like anything with a king of comedy
goes mid tier.
Yeah, mid tier.
Okay, so wait. Okay.
Wait, why are people saying Hughleys needs to be low tier? State your case. I'll listen to state your case. If y'all feel a way, speak on it.
What about somebody asked about the Proud Family, which we haven't put in a place yet? Are we including them as a sitcom? I can't remember.
Okay. No, it's animated. Well, it's animated, so yes. I initially thought no because it's animated. But then we said PJs was one, so Proud Family is in. Proud Family was. I saw a couple episodes. I enjoyed it.
Where's Proud Family, y'all? Because I feel like some people think Proud Family is top. No. Okay. Proud Family
is mid. These will be 2 peer pressure exceptions. Proud Family is mid, and we are moving the Hughleys to low tier.
Okay. Yep.
The audience has spoken.
I'm comfortable with that because I don't remember the show.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Where do we decide to put the PJs? I don't think we placed them. The Rock is not.
PJs was mid.
The Rock is a drama. I mean, not The Rock. Rock is a drama, y'all. We're not putting The Rock on the list. I'm gonna stop saying me, but y'all know what I mean. Huh?
Baby Kids was a movie. Are you kidding me? It's not a sitcom.
No, Baby
Kids
became a cartoon after the movie too, but we're not doing that.
Oh, did it? Oh.
Yeah, like briefly. Everybody sounds too old for Proud Family. Proud Family's mid. Okay, we're gonna leave Proud Family in mid. I know, and my
brother and me is in now.
No, we're not putting that on. Nobody remembers that show. We're gonna get to Parenthood, y'all. It's on here. It's just at the bottom. I don't think Parenthood belongs at the bottom.
Robert Townsend deserves his respect. I would move Parenthood. So we're in low tier now. That's everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the
mid.
final?
I'll give you guys a recap of mid. So mid is hold on. Mid is In the House, One-on-One, All of Us, Proud Family, Moesha, Steve Harvey, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and Half and Half. And we moved the Hughleys, Family Matters, What's Happening, and Malcolm and Eddie to low, and Eve to low. We took the Sinbad Show and House of Pain off altogether.
Out of here. Gone. Okay.
There we go. Now, let's see. Oh.
We can't go by decade, Joel. Ain't that many black shows.
I think we moved Jamie Foxx and That's So Raven down to mid too. Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Jamie Foxx, That's So Raven, and the Wayans brothers are also in mid. We moved those down there. All right, so that's mid tier. So low tier. Okay, let's start with the game, because the game is tricky because I feel like there's the original game and then there's the picked up by another network game. And I think which one people think is stronger varies, because one of them was more of a sitcom and one of them was damn near a drama.
The original was the sitcom. After it shifted, it became real dramatic.
Right. So where is the game? Is the game lower tier? I feel like it's like lower mid. I don't know that it's lower. If
we're just taking the comedic seasons, it's lower mid. It can shift up. I think this is factored for total body of work, so that's why it's low tier.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in lower. We're gonna say this is about the original version.
Yeah, this is CW game. This isn't BET game.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in lower mid. Okay, I never watched Corey in the House, so I have no opinion on
that. Makes two of us.
Does anybody, do any Disney kids have something to chime in on? I know I can see the people in it, but I don't. No, okay, we're gonna come back to Corey in the House.
Corey in the House is low tier. How do y'all feel?
Do we leave it? Okay.
I'm trying to see if anybody has. Okay.
Everybody's like, huh? Who? Okay, so we're gonna leave. Take Corey off the most. That's fine. Okay, we'll consider taking Corey off because nobody remembers it apparently.
All right, yeah, Corey just has no familiarity, so it can.
Everybody's like, who? Out of here. Okay, we'll take Corey in the House off. The Parenthood. Are we moving?
That's at least mid tier.
Yeah, we gotta move it to mid.
Parenthood's at least mid tier.
Okay, Parenthood moves to mid. So this was one of great dispute.
This one pissed me off.
Carmichael Show. The Carmichael Show, does it go in low though? It goes in at least mid, right?
I think even it didn't get a chance to win. Being Mary Jane is not a sitcom. What do y'all laugh at? How is Being Mary Jane funny to you?
It's not a sitcom. This is not just black TV shows. Like,
damn.
Cousin Skeeter is sitcom. I didn't even remember Cousin Skeeter.
Cousin Skeeter was a Muppet. The Carmichael Show, it didn't get a chance to win. From what I saw, I enjoyed thoroughly. I thought it was smart and funny. It's on the upper end of mid-tier for me, only because it didn't get a chance to really flesh its. I would go upper end of mid to top tier.
Yeah, I think the only reason we can't I'm not gonna say Sean. We're not gonna say the Carmichael Show could go. Don't do
That's foul.
I think the only reason we can't put it in top is because did it even do a full season? It didn't even do a full season, so we really can't know.
Yeah, it never. They cut it off at the knees.
All right, so we're moving the Carmichael Show to mid. So right now in bottom we have.
You know what? Let's be political. Move Carmichael Show to top tier.
Okay. Any objections? I'm looking. Carmichael is off too soon. Okay, people don't seem to object too hard. Okay, we're gonna put. Okay, Carmichael up. So right now, what we have in the low tier is, let's see, Eve, Family Matters, What's Happening, The Parkers. We moved something else down. No, I think other stuff. The Hugleys. I think other stuff we just moved the fuck off.
There's stuff that got lost in this.
Yeah, there's stuff that we completely moved off. Okay, so I'm gonna go back up to the top and run us down so everybody can say whether we have any last objections. So the God tier of black sitcoms is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, A Different World, The Norman Lear Trio, Sanford and Son. No, we took Good Times off. So Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, A Different World, Sanford and Son, The Jeffersons, The Cosby Show, We Restored Living Single, The Bernie Mac Show, and Everybody Hates Chris. That's God tier. Any objections? Somebody arguing over Nikki Parker. No, it's too late. We already made a decision on the Parker. Okay.
Was Nikki Parker that dope a character? Okay, so no, God tier seems to be agreed upon.
Okay, God tier is good.
Okay.
Okay, we are not.
It's not gonna get messy until mid tier.
Let's not get out of hand now. Fresh Prince.
I'm sorry. Can we kick people out the live? Why do you think Fresh Prince is a mid tier show? What about Fresh Prince says mid tier to you?
Yeah.
All right, so
whoever asked me about Girlfriends is top. Girlfriends is high top. Okay, so this is top, because let's remember, top tier is still top, right?
Right.
Okay, so top tier is My Wife and Kids, Good Times, and the only reason we moved Good Times to top tier is because it was a necessary show for the foundation of Black sitcoms. Because otherwise it might even be low tier, if not mid. We left. Okay, we left. We moved everything out. Girlfriends, Blackish, Keenan and Kel, Amen, and 227. Right?
People are asking for Everybody Hates Chris to move down to top tier.
Really? No, y'all don't think it's God tier? Do we move the upper top?
Upper top.
Everybody Hates Chris is not funny. It was a different kind of wit. It wasn't a little kid sitcom. It was a grown up.
Right. Everybody Hates Chris was a smart humor.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna put. We don't know who made the original list, but they asked out because I asked people to tag them, so we just changing their whole shit up. Okay. So we'll keep Everybody Hates Chris and Girlfriends at like top.
They're top. Yep. They're topish.
They're topish. Okay. Mid tier is Crowded. Let me see if I can read my own notes. So in mid tier, we have
Martin is in God tier, Justin.
We have That's So Raven. We have the Jamie Foxx Show. We have In the House. We have One on One. We have All of Us. We have Proud Family. We have Moesha. We have The Steve Harvey Show. We have Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And we have Half and Half. And I think, where did we put the PJs? I don't remember where we put the PJs.
PJs, I'm fine with leaving that mid tier.
Okay, so we have the PJs, and the Proud Family. Okay, everybody good with mid? Do we have any others?
Any arguments with mid tier?
Somebody said Raven can go. Raven should go lower, or Raven should just go. Moesha is a horrible person. I mean, that has nothing to do with the show. No, Steve Harvey was solid. Y'all just mad at Steve. Let's try.
Steve Harvey does not get dropped. Who is this?
No.
This Blondie person got a lot of hot takes that I don't necessarily agree with.
Proud Family should be higher. Proud Family's not a top tier show. Okay, I think we're good. Did we say? I don't think we said we were moving the Steve Harvey show down.
We never said. We didn't say we're moving the Steve Harvey show down. Steve Harvey sticks.
Okay, mid is set. What's wrong with In the House? Y'all mad at In the House?
Oh, yes, you are my age. That's So Raven was not for you.
Jamie Foxx 100% does not need to go to top tier. Y'all are on crack. Okay, so low tier. Oh, we also moved the game to mid because we're talking about the original.
The CW seasons.
Right. Okay, so now the low tier is Eve, Family Matters, What's Happening, and the Parkers, and the Hugleys. We took Malcolm and Eddie. Oh, and Malcolm and Eddie. So we took House of Pain off altogether, and we took Corey's in the House off altogether.
Low tier is a little bit crowded. Let's get rid of Family Matters. Get Family Matters the fuck out of here.
Oh,
get Family Matters the fuck out of here.
I don't think we can just because it was on so long.
Let them riot. Let them riot. They're in their own living rooms. Let's let them riot.
That means we would have eliminated 2 of the 3 longest Black running sitcoms.
Hey, life comes at you fast. Life comes at you fast.
You know what? I'm supporting the argument to drop the Hugleys off because I don't really remember it.
Hugleys can drop? Fair enough.
Hugleys can drop. All right. Hugleys is gone.
Here comes Whitney's ass. What are you saying no to, Whitney?
Whitney,
Family Matters is not, Odette, you wasn't here for that part of the sermon. Family Matters is not classic by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes, guys. Bernie Mac is in God tier and 227 is in top tier. We got some. So I'm gonna. We can't take off Good Times. Now this is anarchy. Okay, I'm gonna go over these one more time.
Let Family Matters. Let Family Matters go. Let Family Matters go. Burn it down.
Wait, we have Bernie Mac in God. You putting Bernie Mac in mid? You gotta skip over whole? Are you no? Did you ever watch the show? What is wrong? Some of y'all think that the sitcoms need to be laugh a minute with like holding your sides. Like let's let some smart comedy live for a second. Okay, I'm gonna go over this again. We're gonna go over this again. Whatever, Whitney. Okay, because I'm doing this for you, Whitney, because you just got here. God tier is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We have no disputes. A Different World, no disputes. We have also decided for those who came in late that how is the park is so low on this because it's never mind. We also decided for those who came in late that we are going to waive the last season. We're waiving the last season because so many shows would be weighed down by the last season.
So let's start from the top.
Okay. So
for everybody who's in,
God tier. Y'all all paying attention? Okay. God tier is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, A Different World, Sanford and Son, The Cosby Show, Living Single, Bernie Mac Show, and Martin and the Jeffersons. That's God tier. Okay? All right, cool.
Anybody object?
Any objections? I take it back. Yes, okay. All right, cool. Bernie Mac wasn't definitely you. Yes, that's an unpopular
ain't nobody
opinion.
asking your ass because he was fucking
You're
hilarious.
100% right. That's an unpopular opinion. All right, we're good with the God tier. The top tier is My Wife and Kids, Everybody Hates Chris, which is like upper top tier. Girlfriends, also upper top tier. And Everybody Hates Chris, I'm still not completely comfortable with leaving it in top tier. I feel like it might need to be lower God tier.
Everybody Hates Chris can flex.
Inca.
It can go mid top, or sorry, mid. It can go to the top end of mid.
It's top mid. Everybody Hates
Chris can flex.
We have Girlfriends, upper top. We're leaving Blackish in the middle just because it's still a contemporary show. We can't archive it with a lot of weight just yet. And we have Amen, 227, and Kenan and Kel in top tier.
That concludes the top tier.
That is
any objections to the top tier?
Nobody is moving Everybody Hates Chris to mid. I also am not moving My Wife and Kids to mid. Y'all need to rewatch it. It held up really well. Blackish, I'm not.
Girlfriends is not God tier. Girlfriends is not God tier. No, Girlfriends is not
God tier. Okay, we are
at each level except for God. God tier is God tier. Every other level has top, mid, and low.
Else has like an upper, middle, lower. So yes, or upper, lower. Okay.
Yep.
I disagree about Blackish, but whatever. Okay, so mid tier is this is the most crowded tier. Mid tier is That's So Raven, which if y'all tell me it needs to be lower, I'll take it lower. I've never watched it, but I feel like I've always heard it was funny. I was older than the demo. Jamie Foxx Show, In the House. We got rid of the Hughleys. One-on-One, All of Us, Proud Family, Moesha, The Steve Harvey Show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, The PJs, Half and Half, and The Parenthood. Rock was a sitcom by definition, Inca, but if you want to be real, it was a drama.
It was a drama that just had comedic moments to soften the blow. Rock faced down a gang member and a drug dealer.
I forgot to move Sister. Sister is in mid as well. I forgot to move it. And the Wayans brothers. Okay, and Where's Smart Guy go? We forgot to move it.
Smart Guy can go all together for me.
Not on this list, huh?
Smart Guy can go all together for me.
How y'all feeling about the Smart Guy? In the House, I literally just said In the House 3 minutes ago. How are we thinking about Smart Guy, y'all? Anybody care about Smart Guy? Smart Guy can go.
Smart Guy is top tier. Oh, here comes Chloe's ass.
Oh, Lord.
There's always one. Y'all don't love Taj Mowry like that.
Smart Guy's low. We'll leave Smart Guy at low. Y'all,
all right, it can stay low. Smart Guy can stay low.
Y'all in for him to stay on the list. And Taj Mowry never did nothing to nobody, so we'll leave him.
Some of y'all had the most basic of cable by the way y'all defended some of these shows. I don't. Nah, Chloe, stick around. I want you here for this.
Okay, so we're moving Smart Guy to low. We got Sister in mid. So let me read mid again because I keep forgetting because it's so crowded I forgot people. Okay, so right now mid because I'm seeing an argument to move the Wayans brothers further down. Right now mid is the Wayans brothers, That's So Raven, the Jamie Foxx Show.
Hold on, I am one second. I'm sorry. One good episode does not a show make. I get that Beyonce and Destiny's Child weren't Smart Guy. They weren't on every episode of that season. Y'all can't hold on to. That's a YouTube clip. I'll give you my login. Y'all can go find the clip right now and watch it all you want. That does not make. I'll watch Smart Guy again, and I will come back with the same opinion. Smart guy is low for the moment.
Yo, somebody said mid needs to be whittled down. Mid literally means average, which means it should actually be the biggest category because it's for average.
That's what they afforded to black shows, was average at best. Average. They didn't give them room to be great.
It's the middle. Yeah. No, we didn't lower it yet. It's on the table to possibly. Thank you. Is that Jeff? Was that Eric or Jeff? I just saw it's somebody. But I love you. I love you both. Okay. They said that they stand both of us. All love for It's the Real always. Yes. Okay, so let's go over mid again. Okay, so mid right now is the Wayans brothers, which is possibly on the table to go further down. That's So Raven, the Jamie Foxx Show, In the House, Proud Family, One on One, All of Us. Did I say the Jamie Foxx Show already? Yes, I did.
You said Jamie Foxx.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Moesha, the Steve Harvey Show, and Half and Half, and the Proud Family. And the
I'm cool to bump. The Wayans can move to low tier. Okay,
the Wayans is low tier. I know one of y'all ain't say Empire. The Empire damn near is a sitcom, no, just not intentionally. Okay, the Wayans brothers.
Empire was a fucking cartoon.
Anybody else got anybody else to say? What's wrong with All of Us? Why are there so many questions?
Why is All of Us not a mid show?
Mid is solid. Where is Sita's World?
Sita's is beyond God tier. Sita's was a documentary.
Wayans can go to the low tier. Yeah, Wayans, I don't know. I think Wayans can go to the low tier. We'll make it upper low. How about that? So here's my argument about That's My Mama, Sean, because I do want to bring it up. That's My Mama was only on for one season. I am 44. I've never seen that show. If I've never seen that show and I've seen everything, I
grew up watching every single rerun and I've not seen a single episode of That's My Mama.
Okay. We're leaving That's My Mama because the only reason we're even leaving what's happening on here is just because
Wayans wasn't that funny. Wayans had coonish funny moments, but there's so many times I can watch Marlon Wayans look at the bottom of his shoe and think it's hilarious. Right. Wayans is low tier.
Wayans wasn't that funny. Even though I get it, we want to give John Witherspoon some love. It wasn't that funny.
All love and respect for all of these characters and all their work.
All of us, if you go back and watch All of Us now, it was a solid little show. They dealt with family situations in a good way. Okay,
Thank you. Wayans was not that funny at all. Let it go.
It wasn't. We're moving away. The Wayans is moving down. Okay, somebody who came in late just asked a question about I want to say they asked about Give Me a Break. So we made a call on Give Me a Break on Different Strokes and Webster. And It also applies to Benson. Those are white shows with black leads. They don't talk about really black situations. Like, yeah, we had a couple of very special episodes on Webster and on Different Strokes, but they don't really deal with black life. They deal with
And they always add them shits with a PSA at the front of it.
Yeah, watch with your family.
You're gonna see some disturbing imagery on this next. No, that's not a black show. Black shows gave it to you. All they showed before